bir xanımı bura dəvət etmək istəyirəm. Nigar xanım İbadzadəni, YELO Bankın insan resurslarının rəhbəri. Yeri gəlmişkən, deməli, Instagram səhifədə, Azərbaycan işgüzar xanımların Instagram səhifəsində RŞ konqresi haqda, spikerlər haqda məlumatlar var idi. Hər biriniz haqda. Və dərhal gözümə çarpan bir şərh oldu sizin haqqınızda. YELO Bankın əməkdaşlarından kimsə yazmışdı ki, əsl peşəkardır və o HR-a gələndən belə hər şey yaxşı olur falan belə. Hər halda HR haqda əgər belə sözlər deyilirsə, doğrudan da çox önəmlidir.
Bravo, yox.
Xanım.
Teşekkür ederim. Hamınızı xoş gördük. Mənim çıxışım İngilis dilində olacaq. So, do you think you're successful? I was asked by a student at a company presentation in UFAS University. And I stopped for a moment and started to think of a success. Of course, I Googled it, and there were some things that I found. Mainly, I was interested in what women say about success, and I found some women that, and there were lots of things. It wasn't one thing. For some, it was happiness, making impact on other people. For others, it was quality relationship, making choice, waking up in the morning with a good mood and happiness. And I started to think, and each woman created her own success. And I started to think how I did mine. So I remember when I was young and I just started my career, and these are some attributes of success. When I was young and I just started my career, I was assistant, and I was helping with preparing documentation for the work permit for one of our foreign consultants. I was going through the documents and I just found a very beautiful diploma. It was written in golden Latin letters, something very important probably was written there. I was hypnotized for a moment, and my manager was passing by. He was male, and he said, Nigar, why don't you hang this diploma over your head? Nobody will notice this is not yours. How much irony and distrust I heard in those words. And they made me feel small. After that, I switched my career. I went to the international company. I started to grow as a professional. I started to grow as a person. And now I realized that all I did then were from a place of needing. I realized I needed validation. I needed trust. I needed recognition. Then when I was starting to grow, I had the experience, I had the certification, I had the knowledge, I had the network, and I came to the state of having. And it took me a long way to come to the state of being when I knew that I was, and I didn't have a need to prove anything to anyone. And from that state, everything looked absolutely different. So when you act from the state of being, you act on your own way and unique way. The need for validation and acknowledgement makes you go on some templates of success. So somebody shows you, do this and do that, and you will be successful. I realized I never followed that templates. I always broke them. So I left the corporation. It was not okay, because everybody was saying that there was a joke that there is a life after corporation. I left the corporation to build my own business, and then I stopped my business and sold it. That was not okay as well, because everybody was telling that it's your baby. How can you invested so much energy and so much your time and everything. But my decision brought me to the better places. So after I closed and sold my business, I took a pause in my career. I was thinking about starting my coaching career. I was thinking about not returning to corporation. And then an opportunity came. So that's why I'm here in front of you, talking as a part of YELO Bank. I'm proud to work for YELO Bank. My point here is that when you have your point B, you have a goal, and you want to follow that goal, it is very good. But be mindful on your way, because some opportunities may come along the way. And if you don't take, you can miss that opportunity. So be curious and mindful on your way. And if you do that, the curiosity creates the experience. I didn't give up on my goal, and I actually finalized my coaching certification. I started my coaching business. And I mainly do coaching for the leaders and for business owners. One of my clients, she's a business owner for 6 years in a row. She's very successful. And she said that I want to understand, in one of the sessions, she said that I want to understand if I'm underrating or overrating myself. I want to understand where am I. And we started to explore her personality. And near to the end of the session, I asked how close we are to kind of uncover that question, to the answer to your question. And she said, it doesn't matter, because now I see that I am so colorful. And when you're colorful, it doesn't matter if you fit into some frames. So let your success be colorful. And we all see the woman, this picture of woman that is on the top of her success. She's on the top of the mountain. She's happy. She's proud that she's there. And she sees this beautiful sunrise, beautiful view. And slowly she turns her head, and she sees another peak. And she wants to go there. She's inspired to go there, to take another peak. So for me, success is a moving target. It's not a destination. And your goals and your success criteria change as you grow. Coming back to the question of the student, if I think I'm successful. So success for me has two main dimensions. First one is building strong confidence in my abilities. And how do I do that? I go to the darkest places of my soul, to the things that I'm totally uncomfortable to do, and do them until I feel comfortable. As an example, I can bring my skiing experience, because I was skiing for 4 years in a row with no success, because every time I was having nearly a panic attack. And I went to that, and finally, only this season, only my skiing was enjoyable. Only then I felt that I really have no fear. And that was amazing. That builds a confidence. Having a positive, and the second dimension of my success is having a positive impact on people. When I finalized my coaching certification, we were assigned a success coach. And I was talking to him, and I was telling about my fear to go out and to expose myself to the world. And what he said is really stuck with me, because he said, of course it is very scary when you go out and you try to change the whole world. But if you impact one person at a time, it is less scary, and it is much more safe. So my message here is, if we try to make an impact on one woman at a time, and how do we do that impact? So I did some small research on the woman judging other women, and psychologist Dr. Sarah Riley conducted a survey. She surveyed around 50 women about how do they feel that they judged by men or women. And more than half of those women, they said that they are more judged by women than by men. So I want to ask all of you sitting in this room to lessen your judgment about one woman at a time. So when we go out with no judgment towards one woman. That's how we make our world. Let's lift each other up. Thank you very much.